I'm here today with two colleagues that are going to be partnering with me in my program, We Care Partners, dealing with health and wellness in our fitness program, using tennis as the method of being able to get people actively involved into doing things that are good for their lifestyles and for their health. I'm here with Ronald.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Ronald from Ecuador. It's a pleasure to be here. Ronald Calderon. Calderon.
And we're here with my man Rudy, superstar, the rock star, the man. Rudy, how you doing today in terms of building an opportunity? You brought on Ronald as being part of our outreach effort, and we really appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about your background, what you do, and what got you actively involved in the sport of tennis.
I'm really an IT expert, but I'm just always been into sports ever since I was little. Meeting you, I've just seen your engagement in the sport, and it's inspiring. So I decided it'd be beautiful to contribute to that, however I could, using my skill and resource, and my people skills. These things, and that's how I'm here now, furthering this journey we're on, and hopefully we get to do amazing things.
That's real cool. And that's so important in terms of having a consistent opportunity to build a relationship that can be long-standing. The sport of tennis is a sport that can be played at any age, and in most cases it doesn't really involve your physical capabilities. In terms of how you can be actively involved. There are people in wheelchairs, there are people with no arms, people with no legs, people who can't walk at all are actively involved in participating in this sport, and that's what made it really an opportunity that I thought was really good for fitness and wellness. But Ronald, coming from Ecuador, what is the reason why you took advantage of this privilege?
It's important to me because I'm trying to massive the sport in Ecuador to try to enjoy with people there. I love kids. I have a daughter, and like Rudy said, I'm involved into sports since I was a child. Actually, I'm a basketball player, and it's important to me because I love sports, and I definitely love tennis. I want to learn much about the sport and get the knowledge, and for me it has been a blessing know people like you and to get involved into the sport.
Great. Now, you share with me that you have an interest. You're not going to be here in America that long, and you want to be able to build some activities in the sport of tennis in your country, in Ecuador. Tell us exactly why do you think it's important for you to do that?
Well, I got that idea. It really born talking to my friend, and will be a great opportunity, like I told you, to connect people, to try to involve into sports. You guys were talking about healthy, the health. For me, it would be a great opportunity to try to build, and try to construct the idea, and for that, I am sport lover, and I really want to try this thing. Yeah.
Okay. And Rudy, you talked about traveling abroad and seeing what you can do to put together an idea that may be helpful in other countries. Antigua and Ecuador are your passions. Talk to us a little bit about why you think that's so important.
Well, when I look at the sports outlay in the world, I always think third world nations. There's a lot of talent out there that's never really explored, or they're never able to engage due to financial oppression. So I always think it'd be beautiful to counteract that to some degree by instating institutions out there that would facilitate athletics in those arenas, and also to create collaborations to bring the world closer together and improve the health. Health is always number one, and sports is the gateway to health. So the ability to improve, you know, I guess migrate kids from the computer game arenas to actual back to the traditional running around sports, I think is beautiful. And it's a pursuit that I guess is deep in my soul that I like to pursue.
I'd share with the both of you that the United States Tennis Association has been very active, involved in putting together models that would be a resource for you to be able to see that dream come to a reality. And there are a number of ways in which conditionally you could grow and learn from being a part of this institution. Why do you think that developing community programs with the idea of knowing that you have resources to challenge those difficulties are so important?
Well, personal development. One of the greatest tools for personal development, I mean, like for youth, in terms of being productive citizens in the long term, really can be learned in sports. The discipline of it, the learning team sports, individual sports. The beauty of tennis is that, you know, you can engage in both arenas. You can play doubles, which is a team sport, or you can do the individual, you know, single-player tennis, which is personal discipline. All the responsibility is upon you. All the decisions are upon you. So in that league, that's why I have that viewpoint.
Knowing that the idea works here in America, did you know that there is a part of the USTA, a region in Ecuador that you might be able to become a part of? And if you didn't, now that you do, how do you expect to approach it?
Sure, definitely. In Ecuador, there are so many interested people and so many players wanted to play tournaments. Actually, before I came here, we were planning and playing a tournament, and I think Ecuador needs and deserves a good plan of this tennis thing. We know people that could be able to match in this thing, and we will be awesome to try to do it. Yeah, and Ecuador definitely will be a good idea to get into it.
That's great news. Great news. Great news. And as you can see, we're reaching out now, not only in our local community, but we're doing whatever we can to help build opportunities in other countries. And that's what's so important about growing the sport of tennis in our community and in our country and abroad. The relationships are so vast and so important, and we want to make sure that we have the proper opportunities to be able to offer them. With the USTA, the involvement that they have in growing the models and developing concepts and teaching individuals about how they can make strong business opportunities is so important. We're very happy about the chance that we have now to be able to have a relationship of spending time here at the West Orange Tennis Center. What do you think is so important about these indoor tennis complexes?
Well, the indoor tennis complexes, they keep the doorway open for activity during, of course, the cold months. And I think it's more personal, like the indoor situations. Like the indoor situations, yeah, I guess the greatest appeal is the weather aspect during the cold months.
What do you think?
Well, the same. You can play whenever you want, and come here with your people, and spend a good time with them, and that's it. The weather, and that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get ready to get busy. We should be going on the courts in a few minutes. But we want to thank you for giving us an opportunity to be able to share with our viewers some of the understanding that you have in being a part of the USTA. We welcome you to continue to participate in what we're doing. And if there are those of you who may be interested in becoming a part of the We Care Partners tennis program, please contact me as soon as you possibly can and see what we can do to be able to bring you into this great opportunity of health and wellness and fitness in your lifestyle. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, great. And thank you for tuning in.